Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today just totally got away from me and I was going to post a video earlier in the day and then here we are in the evening. I hope you've had a great day. I wanted to talk to you today about yesterday, February 5th and today, February 6th. And yes, and I have a little kitty talking to me if you can hear it. So last video, we started to get into talking about what is your authentic self and what does living authentically mean, right? That's a part of this journey. So yesterday's entry on the 5th, she goes into the process of discovering your authentic self. And a lot of it goes hand in hand with some of the tools that have already been introduced. So check out some of those old videos. And I didn't even do my little intro. We're reading along in Sarah Bronick's book, 2019 edition of Simple Abundance this year. And we're focusing on her principles: joy, harmony, beauty, order, simplicity, and gratitude. And so we're in the month of February 2020, and this is our big authentic self dig right now and our month of love. I hope you're having a lovey-dovey month. I want to mention, I'm not going to read the whole entry, but it's so funny because well, let me read this first, and then I'll say what I was going to say. At the end of February 5th, she says, she's talking about, it's a quote from Marianne Williamson, and if you don't know who that is, she's really amazing, so I'll put a link to her in the box. So Marianne Williamson is lending some advice about digging for your authentic self. And she says some things, but at the very end she says, we are giving birth to goddesses. So, you know, Sarah called us pioneers, but boy, goddesses is sure a lot more fancy, right? And what I was going to say was that earlier today I was working at my desk and I pulled up some YouTube and I was thinking about this old song that I knew from a cassette tape I had, and it was about goddesses. So I was actually listening to that earlier, and then as I was preparing to sort of pick out what I wanted to pick out, I hadn't really noticed that goddess part of it. So I hope you're feeling like a goddess, and that maybe that speaks to you as an authentic self too. I think Annabelle's feeling like a cat goddess because she just chimed in there. And then today's entry, I want to talk about this activity that she suggests. So I'm going to title this video the name of that, and that is, well, I'm actually going to probably make it a question, and I'll say, what do you love? Okay, so I've gone over a lot of things in my planner, and you can check out that video from early January where I am constantly making lists of things that fill my soul and that I love to do. But this is a little bit different. This is actually becoming aware, as she calls it, knowing what you love. So this is becoming aware of what you love. So she suggests a 2-week period, but let's take this whole month. How about that? And this is another thing you could do in your journal, but making note of things that you see and experience that you really love. How perfect for our month of love, right? And I told you it wasn't like all about romance. It was about finding ourselves again. But knowing what we love, again, it's like the illustrated discovery journal when you see an image or a saying or something and pasting it into your journal, or adding it to your treasure map if it's something that you are hoping to love once you obtain it, or if it's something you love right now that you really are trying to remind yourself that that's a great reason to keep forging on this journey, right? So what are you going to do? You're going to do it? This is a good exercise to do. Doesn't take long. She mentions like maybe having something in your phone where it's like, or a little notepad or something, so that she talks about going into, for 1 week, like going into little boutique shops and checking out the fashions and things like that. And then she talks about just like if you're in a home decor store and you're noticing that there are certain colors or fabrics or something that you really love. I don't think we need to limit it to that. Yes, I didn't write this book, but I'm saying, how about for our month of love that we just start keeping track in some way? And maybe it's a photograph. Maybe you're taking pictures of the things that you love. But this is another self-exploration exercise along our journey here of getting to know ourselves and living a more joyful and balanced life, right? So I would love to know if you're going to do this, and maybe if you're starting to open your eyes, like we talked about in the video about beauty. It's just a matter of really being conscious of this and making it a fun little activity for yourself, where it's like, oh, maybe you would see something that you love in the past, but you had never really thought to take note of it. So I'm starting my list. I love my journal and my lists, so I will start my what do I love list, and I hope that you do as well, and I hope you're feeling a sense of love and that February is off to a great start for you. And I will be back again later this week for another video, and thanks as always for being here and for your likes and subscribes and sharing the channel and bringing more buddies along for the journey, because we're having our great year. 2020 is going to be it, right? Thanks again. I'll see you next time.